Hello there. My name is Dennis Herrera, and I want to welcome you to my podcast. This will be my first podcast that I am doing, and I'm going to start off with the big, beautiful bill. Obviously, I'm not going to do the full 4 hour review on it, but I want to touch up on a couple of things that I find very interesting. And I want you guys to understand these guys are so used to lying to the people. They always say we're doing this for the American people, but it's obvious that it's not for the American people. They like to do things to help illegal immigrants and foreigners, and they just don't care about the American people at all. So let's take a look over here.
There are more than 100 other reasons to vote against this one big, ugly bill that can be found by reading this more than 1,000 page document. Those reasons are too numerous to mention, but this legislation also undermines reproductive freedom, undermines the progress that we have made in combating the climate crisis, undermines gun safety, undermines the rule of law and the independence of the federal judiciary. It even undermines the ability of hard-working and law-abiding immigrant families to provide remittances to their loved ones who may just happen to live abroad.
Okay, I want you to listen to that part again because throughout the whole rebuttal here, they have been saying that over 14 million Americans are going to lose their Medicare, Medicaid, and that's not true. And you can see in this clip, he has a hard time putting the words together, but he's talking about illegal immigrants that are in this country and some that are outside the country that are being helped by those that are inside the United States. Let's hear that again.
It even undermines the ability of hard-working and law-abiding immigrant families to provide remittances to their loved ones who may just happen to live abroad. And you've got people losing confidence in this economy. Republicans are crashing this economy in real time and driving us toward a recession. But beyond that, costs are actually going up.
Okay, that right there, we all know is a lie. Prices are not as high as it's ever been. It was getting high with Biden in office. As soon as Donald Trump came in, those prices are actually down. And one of the biggest examples that we have seen a lot since Donald Trump has been in office has been the price of eggs going down. Everybody kept saying it's not possible. Gas is down, food is down, and he's working hard to bring power, electricity, those prices down. But what happens is in blue states, specifically blue states, you don't really get to see those benefits because the Democrats keep raising taxes after taxes. Ever since Bob Ferguson took office here in Washington state, we have seen a bill of $9.3 billion that we have to pay now in taxes. There's no tax cuts for Democrats, for Democratic states. There's no tax cuts for us. All that we get from Democrats are tax increases. And inflation was horrible during Biden's administration. And they kept lying to us, saying that, inflation is doing just perfect. It's doing great. And that's why prices are higher. What kind of stupid people do they think we are? Let's continue.
You are actively crashing the economy, driving America toward a recession. You promise to lower costs on day one. Costs aren't going down, they are going up. Now, as House Democrats, we believe that we have to build an affordable economy for hardworking American taxpayers. We're committed to lowering housing costs and grocery costs and insurance costs and childcare costs and utility costs.
Do you hear what he's saying? He's saying that he's going to lower food prices, that the Democrats want to lower housing pricing. What have they been doing in the last 12 years? Last 4 years with Biden, inflation was getting horrible. Prices kept going up and kept going up. Gases were going up. See, this is what the Democrat politicians do. They promise this and they promise that, just like they have been playing the black community. And they're very good because they get a lot of votes from them. Except this one last time, Trump won. They don't believe on really helping the people. They just say whatever they need to do to say so that they can stay in power. But Trump is actually doing what he said he was going to do, and they really hate that because they're losing their business of taking the money out of the American people.
Paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet. Here in this country, no American should find themselves in that situation. And you promised that you would do something about it. But things are not getting better, they are getting worse. We could have partnered together to try to find a bipartisan path toward building an affordable economy for hardworking American taxpayers. But you chose to go it alone, to try to drive your extreme right-wing policies down the throats of the American people. And that's what this one big ugly bill represents. Not simply a broken promise as it relates to your failures on the economy, and despite the gentleman from Louisiana trying to articulate all of the so-called successes that have taken place, we know that this presidency has already been a failure, filled with crisis and chaos, cruelty, and corruption. And the American people know it, which is why Donald Trump, at the 100-day mark, was the most unpopular president in American history.
You guys know that Donald Trump was the most favored, and his rankings were so high that even CNN had to say it. They couldn't hide it from the people because other networks were going to show it. And this guy, even as we know, even as he knows that social media, YouTube, and all these channels are going to talk about reputations, he knows that Trump has the highest approval rating, well over the 80s. It's gone down to the 50s, 60s. I get it. People are afraid of things that they're uncertain of. But still, most of the American people are with Donald Trump. And I don't understand why he needs to lie about this. The bill passes or doesn't pass. But just don't lie. Speak the truth. As hard as it is for Democrats to do, speak the truth.
The American people understand. It's unfolding right before their eyes, no matter what kind of MAGA spin you try to put on the situation. And things are going to get worse. Why? Because of this big, ugly bill. Not simply an assault on the economy, a broken promise. It's an assault on the health care of the American people.
I don't know about you, but I've never been able to afford the affordable health care plan.
You see, as Democrats, we believe in this country, health care is not simply a privilege. Health care is a right. And from Medicare to Medicaid to the passage of the Affordable Care Act and subsequently enhancing it, we've begun to move America to a place where every single person in this land could have access to the health care that they need to live a life of dignity and respect. At this moment in America, we have the lowest rate of uninsured people in our nation's history. But this GOP tax scam will reverse that with this assault on health care, the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. And here's what it will mean. for the American people. Children will get hurt. Women will get hurt. Older Americans who rely on Medicaid for nursing home care and for home care will get hurt. People with disabilities who rely on Medicaid to survive will get hurt. Hospitals in your districts will close. But unfortunately, our House Republican colleagues haven't followed the vision of this Madisonian version of democracy because you have consistently proven to be nothing more than a rubber stamp for Donald Trump's extreme agenda. And the American people are paying attention. The American people are paying attention. So I think that when the story is told of the 119th Congress, when the votes are ultimately cast on that first Tuesday in November next year, that this day may very well turn out to be the day that House Republicans lost control of the United States House of Representatives.
I will definitely try to remember this day.
Because the American people are paying attention. They are smarter than you think. And they know when they are being hurt. They know when their interests are not being served. And they know when they have been lied to and deceived. You see, they know that Congress was meant to be a separate and co-equal branch of government.
I guess he can tell the truth.
We don't work for President Trump. We don't work for J.D. Vance. We don't work for Elon Musk.
They work for themselves.
After that very long and wandering speech, my friend, and after a long week and a long night and countless hours of work over the past year, a lot of prayer and a lot of teamwork, my friends, it quite literally is again morning in America, isn't it? All right, all right. And after 4 long years of President Biden's failures, President Trump's America First agenda is finally here, and we are advancing that today. What we're going to do here this morning is truly historic, and it will make all the difference in the daily lives of hardworking Americans. The Dallas waitress pulling overtime, the Detroit mom counting bills late at night, the Kentucky coal miner waiting on his second chance. These are the forgotten men and women of our country that we are all called here to serve. And the one big beautiful bill will deliver for those people. It revives our economy. It will deliver historic tax relief. It will make the largest investment in our border security in a generation. It will unleash affordable American energy again, restore common sense to government, secure generational savings, and strengthen our national defense, while it also strengthens our essential programs like Medicaid for the people who need it the most. That's what we're doing with the One Big Beautiful Bill. To put it simply, this bill gets Americans back to winning again, and it's been a long time coming. This One Big Beautiful Bill is the most consequential legislation that any party has ever passed, certainly under a majority this thin. Legislation of this magnitude is truly nation-shaping and life-changing. It's the kind of transformational change that future generations will study one day. They'll look back at this day as a turning point in American history. And it's exactly what we were sent here to do. Let the record show that when the House Democrats vote in a few moments, this is what they'll be voting for. Their vote will show that they are apparently for the largest tax increase in the history of our country. They will be voting for, when they vote against this bill, waste, fraud, and abuse. They will be voting against safer communities, American energy dominance, and American strength on the world stage. And today wouldn't be possible without the leadership of arguably the most powerful and the most successful and the most respected president in the modern era of the United States. Our Democrat colleagues mock the objective truth We were delivered unified government, my friends, in November. The White House, the Senate, and the House were delivered to the party on this side of the aisle. So you can laugh all you want, all right? None of this would be possible without the leadership of the 45th and the 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And it would not be possible without the really hard work of the men and women on this side of the aisle. I just want to name our chairman of our House committees that produced and did all the hard work to produce the big, beautiful bill. Scripture says we give honor where honor's due, Mr. Leader. And we're going to do that here quickly. Chairman G.T. Thompson of the Agriculture Committee. Chairman Mike Rogers of the Armed Services Committee. Chairman Jody Arrington of the Budget Committee. Chairman Tim Wahlberg, Education and Workforce Committee. Chairman Brett Guthrie, Energy and Commerce Committee. Chairman French Hill, Financial Services Committee. Chairman Mark Green, Homeland Security Committee. Chairman Jim Jordan, Judiciary Committee. Chairman Bruce Westerman, Natural Resources Committee. Chairman James Comer, Oversight and Accountability Committee. Chairman Sam Graves, Transportation and Infrastructure. Chairman Jason Smith, Ways and Means Committee. And I want to make special mention of Chairwoman Virginia Fox of the Rules Committee, who, by my count, sat in that chair and led that Rules Committee for almost, seemed like 2 straight days, and I think she took 2 short breaks. She's the Iron Lady of the House, and I'm so grateful for all their hard work. See, the beauty of what we produced with the one big beautiful bill over here is that this was a team effort. This was men and women who are elected to come here, the duly elected representatives of the people back home. They rolled up their sleeves. They got down in the trenches. We began this effort over a year ago. It was actually March of last year because we anticipated and we believed that we would be delivered unified government, that we would have a Republican leader in the White House, Donald J. Trump, that we would have the Senate and the House, that we would have that moment of opportunity. And so we planned and we worked and we locked arms together as a team, and we have delivered this against all odds. The media has tried to divide us. They've written our eulogy about 10 times. And you know what? Sometimes it's good to be underestimated, isn't it? But we got this done, and I'm so proud of the work of every member of this House Republican Conference who worked in their committees. Every single member had a say in this. Every single constituent. The millions of people that are represented here have their voices and their interests reflected because we did this together as a team, and it's quite an achievement. I just want to say that all that tireless work has led to the hard work of crafting this legislation, and we've been ready since day one to deliver on this agenda. Unified control of government is a rare mandate. It doesn't happen very often. It's happened just 3 times for our party in the last half-century. We do not take it for granted. And we are delivering on that mandate here today. The American people gave us a mandate in November. They sent a message with their vote. They gave this side of the aisle the power, and we're going to use it to make their lives better. What we're achieving here today is nothing short of historic, and that's true. House Republicans are getting it done again. In the Republican Party, see, we believe in a simple principle. We believe that America really is a shining city on a hill. Ronald Reagan used to talk about that. He was referencing Scripture. He understood that America is exceptional. He understood that, as it says right there above the speaker's rostrum, our national motto, that we trust in God. And God is our trust. These are the things that make our nation exceptional. And the people of our country, they deserve better. We've been working hard to deliver so that the people of our country see this again as a shining city on a hill, and that people around the world see us for who we should be. One thing that we can all agree on both sides of the aisle is that a strong America is good for everybody all around the world. All of us together, regardless of party, we're called here to stand together and defend those freedoms and to defend those foundations that made us the greatest nation in the history of the world. All of us have to look and recognize that the shine has not been on that city in a while. We're here to restore it. And this piece of legislation, as large as it is and as historic as it is, will do that very thing. Now look, we're accomplishing a big thing here today, but we know this isn't the end of the road just yet. We've been working closely with Leader Thune and our Senate colleagues, the Senate Republicans, to get this done and delivered to the President's desk by our Independence Day. That's July 4th. Today proves that we can do that, and we will do that. And it doesn't matter how much the media doubts this or how much the Democrats, give us their narratives. Doesn't matter how long the speeches are. It doesn't change the facts. We're delivering, and we're doing it in a big way. So to our friends in the Senate, I would just say the president is waiting with his pen. The American people are waiting for this relief. They are waiting for these life-changing results, and we are going to finish this job. This is a historic moment that we will be talking to our children and our grandchildren about, and everyone will remember. America's back.
Have all members voted? Does any member wish to change the vote?
Aye, Mr. McKee, Mr. Palmer, Mrs. Miller of Illinois, Mr. Homeland, aye, Mrs. Forrest of California, Ms. Brown.
On this vote, the yeas are 212, the nays are 216. The motion is not adopted. The question is on passage of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. No. The ayes have it. The gentleman from Massachusetts.
I ask for the yeas and nays.
The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. Sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic devices. It's a 5-minute vote.
Have all members voted? Yes. Does any member wish to change the vote? On this vote, the yeas are 215, the nays are 214, with one answering present. The bill is passed.